Hey, what's up guys? This is David, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the song If Tomorrow Never Comes. Now, there are two very popular versions of this song. The first one by Garth Brooks, who is one of the songwriters of the song. And I'm going to teach you in the same key that Garth Brooks played the song in. And I'm also going to teach you the licks that are used in the Garth Brooks version, because I think the guitar licks are cooler than the Ronan Keating version, which is the second version. But that said, I actually prefer the Ronan Keating version more than the Garth Brooks version. Like vocally, I just kind of prefer it. The chords for both versions are exactly the same. Only difference is when you play the Garth Brooks version, you don't use a capo. If you want to play along with the Ronan Keating version, then just capo to the 3rd fret. So capo on the 3rd fret and then play all of the same stuff, and it'll work perfectly for that version. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start off the intro. I'll play each part and then I'll teach you all the notes. Okay. Okay, that's the intro. One more time. All right. Cool little lick right there, right? So what you're going to do, you're just playing a G. This is just a regular G chord, and you're going to pick the open B string and the 3rd fret at the E string, which is the G, at the same time, okay? So you pick those, and then you pick index finger, middle finger, ring finger on the D, D, G, and then B strings. So, okay, that's the opening little thing. And then you're going to play an A minor 7th chord. And you're going to pick the middle, basically the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. You're going to pick just those 3 strings. Those strings right there, and when you pick those, you're going to pick them all at the same time with these 3 fingers, and you're going to hammer on like you're hammering on an A minor 7th chord, which is 2nd fret at the B string, 1st fret at the B string, 2nd fret at the D string. So you go like this. Okay, you hammer on. See that there? Okay, so it's. And then when you hammer it on, the A minor 7th, you're going to slide up 1, 2 frets, okay? Slide up that same A minor 7th chord shape, slide up 2 frets. And then you pick that, so slide up, so. And then you're going to then pick it again, but with no notes held down, okay? But you're just going to hammer on that same A minor 7th chord shape, but this time you're only going to pick the D and G strings, okay? So just like that. So it's only the D and G strings, but you hammer on the whole A minor 7th chord shape. And then after picking those two together, D and G strings together, hit the B string. So all together now. And then you just strum a G chord. But don't strum all the way down, only strum down to the B string. So it's. Cool little lick, okay? Cool, that's the intro. Then you're going to go into the verse. In the verse, you're going to play an A minor chord. And you're just going to pick all the way down from the A string to the E string. So. Okay, and then you pick the D string, and then the G string, and then you take the A minor chord off, and you play the open G string. So it's. One more time. That's the opening chord, and then you go to a D chord, and just you can play this any way you want. Just kind of pick around, just something like that. Okay, on the D chord, just regular D chord, and then you go to a C over G chord. So that's a you're gonna play a G chord right here, but then instead also hold down 2nd fret at the D string, 1st fret at the B string. So you play sort of a C shape on it as well. Okay, so holding on this G, you play. Okay, so that's it. And then you take these 2 notes right here, take those off, and now it's just regular G chord. So it starts off, but instead you're going to pick it. You just can pick anything kind of random with this. So, or just something like that. So hold it on, take it off. Okay, and then here's the little lick. This lick is cool. You go. So that's a lick. So it's all the way through now. But what's that little lick at the end? Okay, you're holding on the G chord, and you're going to hammer on to the 2nd fret at the G string, and hammer on at the same time, also to the B string 1st fret. So, and you pick, G string 2nd fret, and then B string, hammering onto those. And then pick the E string, held down there like a G chord, and then back to the B string 1st fret, and then strum all the way down. So it's okay, cool. Now here's the second half of the verse, basically. So the verse is split up, and it's 2 halves, but it just repeats the first half twice. Okay, so I'll just teach you this first half. Okay, so after it does that, then it goes to the next part. Is that's when she's lost in peaceful dreams. That would be the next part. It goes to I'm not sure the name of this chord, but you play open D string, G string 2nd fret, B string 1st fret, and then high E string open. So it's, and then you play an A minor chord. Just pick it just down from the A, just going down, and then goes to D, and then to a C chord, and then to a regular G chord. But this time go pick all the way down to the high E string. So, and then you do this little hammer on, same kind of C over G chord, hammer on to the 2nd fret at the D string, and then pick. That's just hammered on and picked at the same time. And then pick the G string, which is open, and then B string held down at the 1st fret, and then high E string, which is 3rd fret, and then strum down. Okay, so here's through the second half. It's like C chord, G chord. Okay, so going all the way through it, we'll call that first chord of the second half of the verse. We'll call that a D over A minor, okay? Because you're playing sort of an A minor, but with a D in the bass. Okay, so here we go, all the way through the verse now. That's the A minor, D, C over G, G, lick, and then the D over A minor, D, C, G, lick. Okay, cool. So it just repeats that twice, and that's the first verse, okay? And there's also the second verse. You just repeat that whole pattern twice, okay? And the turns, it does the same thing as the intro, that whole... That's the same as the intro. It also does that after the chorus, okay? So here we go. Now we're into the chorus. This is the only other real part of the song, for the most part. If tomorrow, never, and then C. So here we go. I'll teach you all those chords. So it starts off, if tomorrow never, and then you play a C. And then you play a C, but now it plays C, and then C with the G in the bass. And then C, and then C with the G in the bass. Okay? So it's C, C with the G in the bass, C, C with the G in the bass, because the bass note is going from C to G to C to G, okay? But it stays on the C chord. So what you can do, it's very easy, just play a regular C chord, and then take your, lift up and put your ring finger at the 3rd fret on the E string, and then move your pinky to where your ring finger was at the 3rd fret on the A string. Okay, now let's play a C with the G, which is the 5th in the bass. So C, C with the G in the bass, C, C with the G in the bass, and then goes to regular G chord. Now if you wanted to, you actually could play and then go to, that's a G, but now a G with a D in the bass. So you could go G, G with the D in the bass, G, G with the D in the bass. But it's probably, for that chord, it's much easier to just stay on the G, okay? So I would suggest to stay on the G's. G, 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 and then there's a little lick here. You go like this. This is what the bass note does. You go G, and then you go. So you go dun, 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 and then to D chord, which is the try in every way, okay? So it's C, C with the G in the bass, C, C with the G in the bass, to G chord, G chord, G chord, lick, D chord. Okay, so the lick there is you play 3rd fret at the A string, and then open D string, then D string 2nd fret, then open D string, and then a D chord. So it's D chord, C chord, D chord, that's C chord, then G chord. And it goes, and if my time on earth is through, you go to an A minor 7th chord. So A minor 7th, and then a G over B, which is regular G chord, but just you would play G chord like that, right? With the 2nd fret at the A string held down. But this time you don't play the low E string. Just play the B note, which is 2nd fret A string all the way down. So that'll be the bass move. So it's A minor 7th, G with the B in the bass, and then back to the C chord. Then C with the G in the bass, C with the G in the bass. Oh, and sorry. So it's C with the G in the bass, C with the G in the bass, and then goes to a D chord, and then E minor. So D without me, E minor. And then back to D, then E minor. Then A minor. And then goes, that's what the bass moves, okay? So it's A minor. This is how the chorus ends. Just hold down the A minor and now just play 3rd fret. So A minor and then 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret A string, open A, then 3rd fret E string, and then a D chord. And then If Tomorrow Never Comes, okay? Back into the intro. So let's go through the whole thing. Here we go. There's the whole chorus. C. C with the G in the bass. C. C with the G in the bass. G. Lick. D chord. C chord. D chord. C chord. To G. A minor, G over B, C. C, C with the G in the bass. D, E minor. D, E minor. A minor, lick. D chord. If tomorrow never, and then back to the G. And then when it says, when it does the tag at the end, so tell someone that you love is what you're thinking of, that's the same thing. It is still someone that you A minor, and then does the bass walk down to D. If tomorrow never, and then goes to G. And then this is the only thing it changes. The very end it plays B minor, A minor, G. So if tomorrow never comes, G. And then goes B minor, A minor, G. And that's how the song ends. Hope this helps you guys out, and check out my cover if you want to see the way that I play this. I think I play this capo to the 2nd fret, but I play all these same chords and chord progression.